Hello and welcome to the show. We are back on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. Today we are going racing with B-Class cars. However, they must all be fitted with Vintage Race Tyres. None of the cars running here are on rally tyres, and while plenty of them have been swapped to all-wheel drive, my Bel Air, for example, included, they have got to make do with Vintage Race Tyres, which will be fine in this first race. Now, there is one, of course, wild card. While most of us are driving exactly the same tyres, there is one odd car out. You might notice the Monte Carlo is in here, which does get special Vintage Race tyres. They are full-on slicks, which have immense grip. While it wasn't the greatest vehicle up the hill climb, it is, got way more grip, or has got more grip than normal race tyres. Oh, now the Bel Air is understeery. Okay, this much we know. We know we're going to expect the Bel Air to be understeery. My hope is that it's going to come good on the off-road events. There's a reason why I've made it all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive does make it heavy, but my theory is that by doing it like this, big, very, very big tyres all round, all-wheel drive should make it half decent when we get onto the dirt. We've got 270 horsepower in this, 370 torque. And it's actually putting its power down fairly well, twin turbo, on the old Bel Air engine. Didn't have the PI to swap it. It is using its standard engine. We need to get a move on. In fact, if Lombo wants to come along with that Valiant Charger and join in the charge towards the front, I would be very happy. At the moment, it's Mercedes leading the way, followed by a Fiat, I want to say 124 up there. Not actually sure what it might be. It might be the Ferrari. There's a Ferrari around the place as well, in California. Crap! But I am the only red team car in the top four. That is not good. I mean, this is not a circuit that the Bel Air is likely to excel at. That much is for sure. The Monte Carlo. Now, I suspected if there was going to be a circuit the Monte Carlo would work on, it would be this one. However, there is going to be a downside to it. It's down in 10th at the moment. It will be lacking power. The Monte Carlo will be very much lacking power. To get those tyres in B-Class, you will have very little room for other upgrades. We'll go cut back on that Mercedes. That can go and visit the barrier I think it ended up in. And we are through with the Bel Air. We're up to second. Sadly, no one else on our team is doing particularly well. Crap. I think I might actually have a very, very good car, weirdly. And I did not expect the Bel Air to be good here. Not against a Gullwing. We know how good the Gullwings are. I've built very fast ones in the past. However, I mean, we've caught and we've got a couple of laps to try and find a way past. Hoping the Valiant Charger can score us some more points. The problem is we could probably even get first and second here, and it wouldn't be enough with the rest of our vehicles struggling. Oh, let's hope they're good off-road. Let's really, really hope that they are good off-road. Am I going to be able to sneak underneath this Mercedes? This is where I have just the power and the torque in the Bel Air to draw alongside this Gullwing. Can't get it done. We're going to cut back, but it will put us on the outside for the next corner. It's going to be a long way around if we make this one work. No, I'm just going to go do exactly the same manoeuvre that I did to the Ferrari. We will take that. Thank you very much for now, because we're going to have to defend down this back stretch. If it wants to get a pass done, and I will go very defensive down there, because I know it's going to have a very big look if it wants to make that work. Park it on the apex, through there, cannot cut underneath. Unfortunately now, of course, if I have to start defending, that will make me slower, but I can also just park the car in places and hope that I got the acceleration to outrun it when we get to a small hill. Okay. I mean, it's now looking better for us in terms of the point. It is closer. If we could get the Valiant Charger up to this group, hell, if anyone further back, just need one car to pass. Really would do it. Either the cars in 11th and 12th, although they may have missed checkpoints, hence why they're further back. Anyone, anywhere for red team, if you could pick up a place, that would be good. We can't afford to lose any. We cannot afford to lose any positions. I'm doing everything I can. It's tempting to try and back the Gullwing up into the Valiant Charger. That is a very, very risky and very difficult strategy to do. There's not really, it's not really workable on Horizon. You can't really back another car up, or someone will find a way around you, or you'll miss a check. Basically, you're 10 times more likely to do something dumb trying to back a car up than actually achieve what you were wanting to do. It's not like Formula 1 here. These are not. It's not the most difficult conditions in the world to overtake on. So we will just do what we're doing. I am very, very pleased with the Bel Air. This is. I'm hoping it was going to be a half decent car. Oh, there are some points going up. Somebody's made a mistake or missed a checkpoint. I think one of the blue cars must have missed a checkpoint to have dropped all the way down. That is what we want to see. We are leading by 50 points. Oh no, it's swapped back the other way. It looks like it's Proto Sabre and against Shadow Rush is the fight that will decide what team wins this. That's going to be the important fight. There's a big group of cars fighting for position. Proto Sabre is basically the one that's going to determine what way this goes. It's gone backwards and forwards here as we head up towards the finish line with the Bel Air. We will take a victory in the first race. In fact, actually, it looks like the Valiant might lose out a position on the very final run to the line as well. It fluctuated a lot there. Yeah, the Valiant only managed 4th in the end of that. Sadly for us, that will not be enough points unless there's a real big missed checkpoint from a bunch of them. Yeah, it won't be enough. The Corvette beats the California, beats our Gull Wing. Monte Carlo ends up in 9th. Well, we got closer in the end. The Sprite got a position. It was tantalisingly close. We just needed one more position. If the Valiant had held that's the way it goes with Team Adventure. Very, very close. Very close first round. So, our next race, we head to the ASHBROOK Loop Scramble. An off-road track, well, a kind of half off-road track. One that we haven't gone to very often. So I don't really know much about it. This is where the Monte Carlo is likely to have a very big downside with those slick tyres. I suspect they work terribly off-road, although I don't know quite how that one goes. I am hoping my Bel Air is going to be good here. If it was good at the city circuit, I would expect it to be pretty decent here. We're off the line nicely. We're not the fastest starting car by the looks of the Anglia, because it weighs about half. I mean, this Bel Air is not, it's not too heavy, it's just under 3,000 pounds, which, for a Bel Air, is probably not too bad, really, in the grand scheme of things. Oh, we're going to go side by side a little bit down here. It's unlikely to have the best top speed, mind, with that 270 horsepower. It's a nice amount of power, but that's nothing compared to some of the cars here. And as I said, it's using the standard engine. It's not the greatest engine. Wow, so we are struggling, not going to lie, up the hill. We're not struggling as much as the Monte Carlo, but we are not very good on that long hill. So, that's... yeah, I mean, my car works for acceleration, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work for any of the longer straights. Can we get past the Mura? Yeah, this is probably... well, I'd hoped this was going to be good off-road. This is probably about the worst track I can take the Bel Air to for its strengths and its weaknesses. Blue team are having trouble here. We will squeeze past the Sprite. I try to do it as cleanly as possible. We have got past the Sprite with no issues. It's going to cut back, actually, and retake us. Of course, that's going to be very, very light. Have tiny tyres, which might not be so good, but it is going to be very light. This is where everyone's slipping and sliding. Nobody has any grip whatsoever here, because we're all on the equally not great Vintage Race Tyres for what we're doing. Is battle of the classic beautiful cars. California, Gull Wing. There's an Aston Martin DB4, I think is that one. End up clonking my own team slightly. Points-wise, not looking too bad for us. I really want to beat the Corvette, but I think that's going to be difficult for me here. My lack of straight line speed is so bad. My lack of straight line speed down here is really, really bad. I might not even bother going to 6th, I think. I'm better off just leaving it in 5th. There's no point going up a gear. I say it's really bad. The Gull Wings don't seem to be amazingly fast around here. Good, got red cars into 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Oh, Corvette got in trouble. Actually, that looks like a lot of lag going on there. Corvette got in trouble and got the Ferrari into trouble in all of that one. I think it was the game resetting it for missing a checkpoint or something. We'll sneak up past the Ferrari. We can hope that the Gullwing can join in that, but we're going to have to defend. We have to try and hold it off. Yeah, you don't want to go around the outside of here. It's very fast around there. It's very, very fast indeed around those corners. And around the outside, we're on our second lap around this track. No one knows what their grip levels are. No one knows where the grip is. With these cars, around the outside is risky. It's risky. We're onto the tarmac once more. DB4 looks pretty damn solid around here. I think it's the Fiat actually up at the front, because the Ferrari's behind us this time. Red convertible. In this instance, I'm pretty sure that it is the Fiat leading the way from the Valiant Charger. We then have the DB4 ahead of the Anglia. Here comes the Bel Air. The battle of the similarly coloured, very, very different sized cars. Yeah, this is the biggest car in the field, the Bel Air, by a decent margin. The Valiant Charger would be closest. The Bel Air's bigger. Bel Air's considerably bigger. We're going to run up the hill to 118, and that's it. We'll just go here, and nothing I can do. There's nothing we can do. Oh, the Valiant's got to the lead as well. That's good. So this looks like a good recovery for Red Team after a very close beating in the first round. It looks like we've come back much, much stronger when we get to the dirt. That's what we like to see. We're still not entirely out of the woods from the California behind us, and the 300 SL has, or SLR I think, if I've remembered my lettering right for those. That has come with us basically from the back of the field. That's back in 7th. I've done that twice. I did that first time lovely, and then other times not so lovely. Big old fight going on at the front. I mean, points-wise, we are actually relatively safe here. Points-wise, we're relatively okay. I don't want to lose a couple of positions. If I did, it wouldn't instantly lose us this one, because the rest of the blue team cars are struggling. They've got our car in 9th is getting 300 points, which is very, very useful for this. Now, it's really weird. I say it's really weird. I was not expecting this to be, I guess it's just the big tyres, but I was not expecting this to be as good handling as it is. It's probably one of the fastest through the corners. If I get the corner right, mind. We've just got to watch out here, because the Ferrari has got a lot of speed. Those Californias are very, very good. I know this because I've built them before. Admittedly not for a while, but I've had some very, very fast Californias in the past. In general, sort of classic small lightweight cars can be built to be very quick in Forza games. Mine is a classic, but not small or lightweight. Oh, I've got a little late on the brakes there. That's not what I needed. The Gullwing almost slid up into the side of us. I think I might have lost out to the California unless I can have all of the bravery. I mean, we are going to go maximum aggression, maximum bravery through here. Well, let's say maximum. There might be a little bit of caution if it looks like things are going wrong, because I can't afford really to miss a checkpoint. The Ferrari's up in a wall. I'm going to follow it, though. We'll brush that particular wall. I don't think I've got an answer to it. My top-end speed is far too lacking in this car. Around this circuit, which is fair enough. It happens. It looks like at the front it will be a victory for our Valiant Charger. We get really good ride out of the corner, but I'm going to hit 4th gear on the Ferrari, or hit 5th gear, sorry, and the Ferrari will be gone. Ferrari beats me. I was a little, if I'd not been wonky at the top of the hill, if I'd not just gone a little wide there, might have stood a better chance of outrunning it. Did not work very well for the Bel Air there. However, the important thing is I still scored 400 points. And, well, most important thing is our team got a very, very solid point victory. We turn it to 1-1. So, up next we head to the ASTMOOR Heritage Circuit, and I forgot up until we loaded in here that this is the one that has a lot of snow across it. Didn't quite mean, but, well, there's a lot of snow to deal with here. There's a lot of snow to deal with here on this particular circuit. I'm from the middle of the pack. Straight line speed is going to probably be an issue for me again. On the flip side, though, while yes, straight line speed, there are a couple of hills as well that are nasty. The medium speed corners might work very nicely for the Bel Air. Potentially. We'll have to wait and see how that one goes. Off the line, certainly things work well for the Bel Air. Oh, I'm hoping I've got that checkpoint. The nose of my car is very long. The nose of my car got stuck behind the Aston quite without me realising. So that's my bad. The Aston Martin's got a lot of straight line speed. Actually, very fast. That's how it can hold on. Yeah, see, so we're at fifth gear, and we cannot do this. But, oh, well, the Mira tried to go around the outside, didn't quite work out for that Lamborghini. But yeah, we've got so much more grip around these corners. So much more grip. Look at the speed we're taking onto this back straight. We've got no top end, but I can carry it through the corners. The good news, actually no, it's not good news for us. We need to get up there, really, into the fight if we can. We could do with beating. I don't think there's any point in going to sixth. I think I'll just end up losing speed. It's not a long enough straight. So we could do with beating third. I mean, ideally, we could do with winning, but we are probably not at a good enough track for us. What would probably help is if me and the Aston didn't fight each other. I kind of want the Aston to run away. I want the Aston to bugger off, overtake the Mercedes, let me do my own race to try and overtake the Mercedes, because we'll overtake it very different ways. The Aston will outrun it, I will out-corner it. And I'm also a little bit worried about the Corvette behind me. I'm hoping the Corvette is difficult to drive. Oh, and there we go. Aston, go on. Go on, there we are. Lovely stuff. At the front, they're still battling for the lead. They're side by side. Looks like Longbow and Kevin have had a very good race up there between their two quite evenly matched cars. Quite different cars, mind. We are just going to sit back here. I can see the Mercedes carries good corner speed as well. Yeah, I mean, our vehicles are much more similarly built. The Aston is a real handful through these turns. I wonder if it might be rear-wheel drive. But the way it's looking slow through those corners is not really a rear-wheel drive slow through the corner. Like, it's not the back end struggling for grip, it just can't turn. Possibly small tyres to save PI on it. Save PI to get power instead. Now, when having to deal with a hill, yeah, I keep up with the gull wing pretty much down here. Maybe a little early on the brakes. I'm hoping I can get a nice line through here, which we do. We are catching the gull wing, who thinks about leaving the door open. We are going to try and dive underneath. I don't really want to use that thick snow on the inside. Corvette is catching. That's the scary part. Corvette is catching, and I fear that would just out-drag me when we get to the back straight, but we will have to wait and see. Up at the front, the Valiant is to the lead and is pulling away. Good news for us. Very good news for us in terms of the points. The Corvette is up to 5th. Can I fend it off? I guess we're going to have to find out. Hoping I can. Again, point situation is not the worst thing in the world. I don't need to drive my car into a wall trying to defend as hard as I can. We do have a little bit of leeway, but we can't afford a missed checkpoint, basically. Do we want 4th here, maybe? For the exit. Come on, Bel Air. There we go. Out of the... Yeah, this is where we're going to be in trouble. The Corvette's most powerful car in this field at 370 horsepower. It has 100 more horsepower than the Bel Air. And I'm going to be a sitting duck down here. The only thing... Oh, I didn't even get across in time. Now, my only hope is that I can maybe make life difficult for that Corvette. We can try and run around the outside of it to the inside. Actually, the Corvette's done a really good job. I will shove the nose up the inside. We do not give up easily here. We'll get out accelerated, I fear, but we have got the grip to cut underneath it. I mean, we're not going to be moving any further up, I don't think. I think maybe pace-wise I'm a little closer to the Fiat if we hadn't started and had to fight through traffic. I think even then we might struggle. As far as our team scoring more points, it will probably be on the Aston to chase down the Fiat and make sure it holds off the Corvette. That's probably going to be the bigger concerns. The Ferrari is heading our way as well. Mercedes has slipped back. I don't know whether they must have missed a checkpoint or made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, really, we've just got to kind of hold station around this circuit. Weirdly, the first event was one I really thought the Bel Air wouldn't like, and it was the fastest car on the track. I guess these events are just too long for the Bel Air. I didn't really think about its lack of straight line speed. Because its acceleration is right there. I can't remember what circuit I selected next. Well, let's hope that they've got lots of small acceleration zones. The Aston Martin is probably going to have company before the end of the lap here. By the end of the race, sorry. By the end of the lap, the Corvette's going to be right there. That's going to be an interesting one to watch unfold. I've got to try and make sure that Ferrari doesn't find a way past. Because while we are still fairly comfortable on points, don't really want to, lose any more. We don't really want to lose any more positions. Hell, I don't want to come any lower than 5th, really, do we? We had that epic win at the start. We don't want to be going any further down. Gap-wise, back to that. Hasn't changed all that much. Bit of a fight going on behind us with 7th and 8th place, which is currently going to us, which will be nice to to be able to keep. Don't chuck it in too fast. Fourth gear, still not decided whether I want fourth gear out here or not. Fourth gear does just about work, I think. Corvette actually, I think, ran onto the sand, onto the thick snow on the outside there. Probably lost any chance of battling with the Aston Martin. That gives us a little bit of comfort. Here comes the Ferrari. It will be close, but I don't think it's going to be close enough to have a look up the inside, because I have got the grip here. Yeah, Ferrari can't take that sort of speed through the corner. We will fend off from the Ferrari. Importantly here, as we round the final corner. I say importantly, it's not quite a matter of win or lose the fight, but it is nice to be able to fend off. The Valiant Charger is going to take a victory. The Fiat is going to take a second place, with the Aston Martin up in third. Yeah, that's about where. So that was about where the Bel Air is in this field on that sort of a circuit. So up next we are going for a cross-country race. This is at the Riverbank cross-country circuit. A circuit I haven't used for a very, very long time, and I don't remember much about it. I do remember the track. Should be interesting. The Monte Carlo's not going to have fun here. I am on the front row. I'm alongside the Corvette. Might work for the Bel Air here. It might work. I mean, it's fast in places, but it's not sort of long straights. And, I mean, grip-wise, this is pretty good, so I'm curious to know if it's going to translate to being good grip-wise when we go off-road. Like, for example, here, yeah, this is, I guess, a bit faster, but then we're going to have to deal with a jump, we're going to have to deal with some corners. Don't really know how all sorts of cars are going to be affected. There's a water splash as well, of course, to be worrying about. We're going to have a go at the inside of Corvette. Oh, we almost missed that checkpoint. The gull wings come to join in. This is now a lot of cars in a very, very small space, a very small piece of tarmac. I think we very, very nearly ate a Corvette in that one, which is it's not your normal snacking food for your Bel Air. They don't normally go for a snack on a Corvette. Now this is a little section that might struggle for me, although a Corvette's then got to try and make these turns, which I can do better. I think overall it's going to be quite well balanced. We are going to almost land on the back of the Corvette. I'm going to get pushed out of the checkpoint. And that's it. We're done. I'm on the inside and I need to get across for that one. Honestly, I should have just torpedoed my car straight into that. Unfortunately, yeah, well, that's basically that's really our chances over by the looks of it here. Unless there's a lot of miracles. I mean, the Bel Air should catch back up and we should fight our way back through. Yeah. Oh well, I guess it's a recovery drive for us now. We will probably go to a decider. Well, we will go to a decider, I would expect. I think we're a lot of points down here. While at least all of our cars are gaining some points, we need a lot more points than we are currently getting. Unfortunately, you can't even go for fastest lap anymore these days, because, or well, at least you can't go these days. When you're doing team adventures, there is no tracking of lap times, which is a little bit of a shame, because I'd like to know. I'd be curious with some of these as to what cars were doing, what sort of lap times. I'm not sure what gear I want to be in there, really. We're up past. We should be able to get 6th, really. Let's face it. The Anglia does not look like it is having all that much fun out here. There's a little bit of a laggy Anglia as well. Might have pushed it slightly. Sorry, laggy Anglia. Did not mean to push you around. I mean, the Valiant Charger is our only car in the top 5. I should very much be there. I think we would have struggled looking at where the rest of our cars are. Even if we hadn't, I think we would have. I think we would have struggled to win this round. We have not got enough cars far enough up. I don't think our cars are good enough on the extreme off-roads. We can kind of work on the straight line speed stuff. We've definitely got the cars to win on the straight line speed stuff, but we have not got the cars to win on this sort of circuit. I can win on the very, very technical bits for me. Oh, the Fiat missed a checkpoint, I presume, at least. That's why it's back here. We might have a fun battle with a Fiat. That might get us some more points. It is for honour now we battle with the Fiat, wherever that one's gone. I mean, again, cars can miss checkpoints. Mistakes are made around these sort of circuits. So, you know, you never give up around these, because you never know what might end up falling your way. I mean, we're within 1,000 points, which is something, but we would need... Oh, I cannot take flat. I need to learn that I cannot take that flat. We're now not within 1,000 points. I don't know what the Fiat I've not seen around. Didn't see it in the first race. The other two races, it was too far ahead of us, so I don't really know what it's going to be like in terms of comparison, strength and weaknesses with the Bel Air. It seems pretty good. It seems fairly comparable in the corners. We will get through the water splash better as we head across the jump, side by side in the air. Manage to not bang doors, which is always good. We're going to squeeze around the outside. The Fiat gives us space. Unfortunately, when you take that line, I have to take a bit of a wonky line through here. Not my preferred line at that section. I'd rather go the other side of the kind of barn find, whatever it is, in there. Can I be flat through all of that? Just about we can. And across the jump we go. I think I might actually be faster than the Valiant Charger around this particular track. Yeah, the Fiat is going to give us some grief as we head on to the final lap here. This is where we've had issues previous runs. I actually don't get in trouble, but get stuck with the Fiat in the way. always the way it goes. Always the way it goes. Just as we get the corner right, we've got traffic from others. We're going to land on the Fiat almost. Yeah, so the Fiat does not like the water, which is understandable. Very small, very light sports car. Unlikely to enjoy crossing the rivers, whereas the big Bel Air got a bit more ride height and so on going on in this. Got more power and torque going on in this. Oh, we're going to crisscross in the air. I don't manage to land on the boot of the Fiat. I thought I was going to be in trouble there. We are right alongside. Now, let's see if this will work for me. This is my preferred route. I will tend to take this route if I can choose it, because it gives you a better line up here. I can be flat all the way through this section, which is pretty good, although there's too much debris on the track at the moment for me. I think the Fiat, the little lighter Fiat, is going to do it, unless they run in very deep. We're both running very deep. Oh, I'm not going to take that. You can have that. Go on, I just push you in the wall. I should have been better. I should have not cut back underneath it. However... Oh, apparently it did give me the position only. He got more points than me. I technically finished 5th. It gave him more... He's 1 more point. Yeah, it was a bit of a scruffy end for that one. Yeah, because I thought I could got away with the corner. I mean, I would have made the corner on my own, but there was a Fiat that we forced into the wall. Either way, while I technically beat him, the weird finishing thing went on. Regardless, blue team take victory. It's 2-2. We go on to a decider. Well, this is it. The Greendale Foothills Scramble. A probably, 75% tarmac race here, although there is snow around the area with a small little dirt section. I start in actually a very good position here, although we do have... So the Sprite will start on the front row for our team. I will start on the second row for our team, but we've got the California and the 124 on the front row for the opposition. I should get one of the best launches. From what we've seen, the Bel Air is one of the fastest cars off the line, and we start in 3rd, which is nice. The Sprite doesn't want to get going. We can fire our car through the middle. The Fiat's got so much acceleration. Fiat has got loads of acceleration off of the line. What is it going to do on the dirt? In the thick snow, things might not go quite so well for that 124. And again, we've got water to deal with here, which I'm hoping the Bel Air should be quite good with dealing. We have got a long straight though. We've got 2 long straights actually. Oh, that's very wide. That's the no grip. I'm so used to driving cars with... we're going to get squeezed. So used to driving cars with rally tyres. There's never really a reason why you wouldn't be running rally tyres in just about every adventure I've ever done. And by force, well, this is the reason why I chose to force everyone to race without rally, with a set sort of tyre, because rally tyres make so much sense. They're very grippy on road and they're very grippy off road. Well, they're perfect off road. So there's no reason why you wouldn't run it. But here we are slipping and sliding and understeering our way through most of the corners. Here comes the straight line speed of everything else. Bugger. I mean, at least for me here, we have got this really nasty corner, which should work well for Bel Air, because we've got the acceleration. So that initial traction, that initial launch of a corner, that is where I am good. Unfortunately for me, even if I manage to take a win here, it's not going to be enough. We need more. Oh, well, that's going to probably kill my chances, because I had to get a perfect run out of that one. I had to get an absolutely perfect run out of there, and we get torpedoed, which, yeah, that's going to make life very difficult for me down here. Admittedly, it is at least downhill, which is something. We need some more red cars in this group, and I do not want to be stuck on the outside. The Corvette missed the checkpoint. Will Forza be kind? I think Forza has been kind, otherwise the Corvette would have got reset by now. Yeah, Corvette is very lucky, because I mean I watched that be outside of the checkpoint. So you've got away with that one. Sometimes Forza is kind, sometimes Forza is not kind. We've got a very, very good run here. When we are in the thick snow at this part, we will get to the inside. I mean, we've actually got more points going on in our team now. We have got some cars up into this group, which is nice. I've not got that turn right. The problem is I got one corner right, but it puts you out of whack for the next one. We've got a good run down here. This is what we like to see. If I can squeeze past the Fiat somewhere, that would work wonders. I can't quite make it stick there. I mean, we are... we've got the Cortina is... the Anglia is doing well. Something was out wide and hit a wall. Didn't see. So, the current state of play, we need to... we need one more position for our team. If that can be me, that's great. And it doesn't matter if blue team win. I only need one. I need second or... first or second. Or, you know, if we could get sixth. If we could get... hell, if we could get our car off the bottom of the table. The little sprite might not be having much fun around this circuit. But yeah, that's what we need. That is absolutely what we need. Focus on getting a good run on the start-finish straight. I mean, if the Anglia wants to come past and chase after these cars, go for it. I'm not going to hold you up. Because at the end of the day, it makes no difference to the overall points for us, what position our own cars go in. What makes a difference is if the Anglia can beat the blue team cars. I don't know whether it is going to be fast enough to chase down the blue team cars. I feel like I've got the measure of the Fiat if I can be left alone to deal with the Fiat. But we will have to wait and see if that's something that we can do, because we are very good on the dirt section here. We have caught right back. I think I'm probably the best car almost on the dirt section. Possible exceptions further back that we haven't seen, but there we go. The Fiat's going very sideways. I'm going to try and get underneath it here. There we go. We are up a position. We are through on the Fiat. I mean, we are giving the Corvette issues out here in the snow. We'll just spin the wheels. Everyone's got no grip on that part. That's okay. We have got cars up in. We've got the car up into 6th now. It's looking good for us. I mean, I'm going to give the Corvette trouble here. We are going to give the Corvette trouble if he's not careful, or I might give myself some big trouble here. We hit the banking, that's okay. We survive. Fiat slow out of the dirt section. Fiat very slow out of the dirt section. That might go under fire from the Valiant Charger. Ooh. What can we do on this final lap? What can we do? The Corvette's very, very wide. Corvette would not have wanted that one at all. We are through to the lead. The Bel Air takes the lead. It will lose it before we get down towards turn 1, but in many ways the more important thing is, would it hold it to the start-finish line if this is how things were to transpire on a final lap? Because we will be better here. We will be better off this corner. I can get on the power sooner. Christ, that is an angry pack of cars. The only good news is most of it's our cars. Would we beat the Corvette towards the line if this was the end of the race? Yes, we might even be able to fend it off into turn 1. I mean, it could be very close if it was that. Here we go, turn 1 here in the snow. We both get stopped. Corvette cannot make that one work on the outside. We've got the Anglia's up to 3rd. That Anglia is working wonders out here. Anglia is working absolutely fantastic out here on the snow, on the snowy gravel horribleness that is this part of the circuit. We've got like a 1,000-point lead going on, but we have not had that looking likely for a long time in this race. I've got that a little too sideways, although we just get such good drive here. We just get amazing drive off of these corners that none of the other cars can really match. We get beaten elsewhere around the lap, we get beaten down the straights, but off the corners, that's where the Bel Air shines. I daren't look back, I can't look back. Don't want to know what's going on almost. I know we will have to. I didn't actually want to hit that post so much on the inside. Oh, here comes the the Anglia might take the lead. You know what, go for it. I'm not fighting you. I don't want to fight you. As long as a red car wins, we can actually box the Corvette in a little bit down here. Oh, the Anglia's overshot. The Anglia's beansed it up. I was too early on the brakes. I was a little bit cautious there, which was my bad, if you like. And I think the Corvette might actually get this. Oh, I think the Anglia went into the cobblestone wall. Which is not what you want to do. We will have an almighty dive at the penultimate corner. We will get out of it pretty well. It won't matter. The Corvette's going to beat us. Ah, I was too brave. Oh, I said I was too brave. I was too cowardly. I wasn't brave enough on those brakes into the hairpin. That is, say my bad. Unfortunate. Yeah, I should have been a lot braver. I should have made sure to shut the Corvette out. We didn't. In the end, it'll be a second place for the Bel Air. Good race. A lot of back and forward in that one. The TB4 got up into third. That was working very well there. Ahead of the Anglia. The Valiant falls to fifth, but importantly, we get second, third, fourth, fifth. And that will score us enough points. Blue team might take the victory in that final one. However, their cars did not quite work well enough out there. We had the better... I'm kind of surprised in some ways that we had the better cars on that particular track. However, not going to turn it down. Red team, we will take victory. Oh, that was a lot of a lot of ebb and flow going on in that team adventure, which is what you want. Which is what you want at the end of the day. I like my Bel Air. It was a good car. It wasn't perfect. It was a good car for some more specialist events. Anything with a longer straight, and it had issues. It did have some big issues with those. It just topped out 118 miles an hour, which is not enough even for some of the straights on here. However, the traction this car had was amazing. The traction out of the turns, it was fantastic at the street circuit, strangely for the big boat. And we scored enough points. Slightly disappointed I couldn't win that final race. But we won the adventure, and that's what matters. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up and take part in the next one, then you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That will be it from me, though. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.